Hello people on my phone, welcome home and welcome to another reading vlog. In the spirit of coming home, I thought it would be fun to film a what I read in a week. I read a decent amount on my reading week last month and I had a lot of fun filming my what I read in a week as a uni student video. So I figured why not combine those two things that I enjoyed and film a what I read in a week as a uni student who's at home. So that's what we're doing today, or this week I suppose. I've got a TBR of 4 books. I feel like the red sprayed edges gives away what book that is from my hauls, but my current read is still Lolita. I know I was hoping to finish this before I came back, but it didn't happen. I'm currently on page 108 and it's about 280 pages long, so I can try and finish this today. I think I'm finding it quite difficult to read, but not in the way that I was expecting. I thought this was going to be really gruesome and difficult to read, but I'm finding it much more lacking in intellectual stimulation, and it feels weird to say like I'm not enjoying it because it isn't as weird as I thought it was going to be. But I thought this was going to be so evocative in its writing that I would have so much to say about it and be truly disgusted, and it's like looking at a car crash, you can't look away. I know that I told you the themes for Lolita when I was reading it in my last book shopping vlog, but I'll go through it again. I'm doing my important and memorable quotations, which there haven't been many, and if there has been, they've been taken out of context. Like I like the quote but not in the context of the book. The other themes I'm annotating for are aversion, obsession, exploitation of women's innocence and male fantasy, suburbia, the American dream and consumer culture, then finally literary references, memory, fate and self-deception. So interesting themes, execution just not so invigorating as I was expecting. And the next book that I said I was gonna read in my last reading vlog, I haven't started yet because I haven't read much more of Lolita, but that is Wuthering by Emily Bronte. I'm still beyond excited to read this. If I can get started on this tonight, I'll be very happy. And like Lolita, I think I've gone through these themes with you as well, but my themes I'm annotating Wuthering Heights for: important and memorable quotes, obsessive love and its destructive nature, nature versus civilization, the supernatural and the gothic, and then religious symbolism in the characterization. I'm excited to finally get into this. The fact that I haven't read Wuthering Heights upsets me a little bit, but the fact that by the end of this week I will have finished reading this excites me very much. The next book that I will definitely be getting to this week is The Night is Darkening Round Me by Emily Bronte. This is a poetry collection on death, nature's beauty and the passage of time, which are all themes that I find really exciting. My aim for reading this is to take it with me on Saturday because I'm going to a masquerade ball. I don't know how much I will actually get read, but the idea of having it in my pocket does make me feel very happy. So I'm going to take this. And the last book I've got on my TBR is absolutely a hopeful depending on the rest of these 3 books. That is Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. To be honest, I don't know how many of my thoughts I will be sharing in this video if I do get to reading this book, because I am hoping to film a reading vlog on vampire literature, so my thoughts on this book will then go into that video instead. But I will share how much of it I managed to read, how I read it, and any vague thoughts in this video. I'm beyond excited to read this book. I know Connie said that she really enjoyed it. So like I was saying, my plan for today is to get Lolita done and maybe start Wuthering Heights. And I will see you probably after some footage of Lolita with some more thoughts. So I will see you then. Hello again, it's evening and I've got a dark hot chocolate. So I thought I'd give you a reading update. My friend at uni always makes fun of me for leaving lipstick marks on everything that I drink, so I'm gonna show it here. So I did in fact manage to finish Lolita today. I don't think I annotated anything in the second book. I think this was so difficult to get into and not for the reasons I was expecting. Like I said this morning, I was expecting Lolita to be so intellectually stimulating and honestly just horrific in the way that it was narrated. I was expecting some kind of obsessive reading experience based on how prevalent the theme of obsession is without the book. But as much as that theme was prevalent, I don't think it was explored as much as it could have been. In the end, I think I'm going to give this book 2 stars. I wasn't exceptionally interested in it. I felt quite anxious whilst reading it, but that was partially because of this disgusting narration, partially because I get really anxious and nervous about DNFing books for some reason. I don't really tend to DNF books, but I just don't enjoy the reading experience. So I just sat all afternoon reading this, like heart beating because I was so nervous about the fact that I didn't like it. It's fine, like it's over now, and I'm kind of really excited for the rest of my reading this month. Speaking of which, I'm going to spend the rest of my evening starting Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I'm just so excited for this book. I've been meaning to read it for what feels like ages. I've got the Clothbound Classic there, and I've had that for a couple of years now, so I really wanted to read it. And now that the movie's coming out, a lot of my university friends have told me I should read it. I'm primarily interested in the idea of obsessive love and the destructive nature of that. So that's where I'm at the moment. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening reading Wuthering Heights and drinking my hot chocolate. And I will update you next when I have something of substance to say. Hello people on my phone. Today is Wednesday, December 10th. I did in fact start Wuthering Heights on Monday evening, but I think I only read a couple of pages and then I spent the rest of the evening texting my friends, so I didn't get much done. I did however get to page 52 yesterday, which also isn't that much, but I was doing something else that was productive. But I'll do that after my reading update. So 50 pages in, I'm really enjoying Wuthering Heights. Honestly, I could have sat and probably got to like halfway through if I didn't do this other thing. The gothic atmosphere is so astounding. The way that Emily Bronte writes is so captivating inside, but nothing crazy, nothing like Frankenstein. Tabs are already looking so lovely. I'm enjoying the themes that I chose. I think they are so useful, and especially the idea of nature is already coming into play in the gothic elements and the setting. I'm understanding this more than I thought I would. This is probably why it's considered one of the good entryway classics. It's written in a very clear way, although there are a lot of names. I think after 3 chapters, I googled a synopsis for each of the chapters to see if I was correct, and I was, so I do think it's easy to understand. It's just also easy to second guess yourself because so many of the names are the same. I have seen spoilers of this book, so I kind of know things going into it, which probably makes my understanding a little bit easier. Today my plan is to go to a coffee shop and get a latte and read. I feel like at this point this video is me spending every day trying to reconnect with my university lifestyle. The thing that I spent a lot of time yesterday was making these teeny little book sleeves, like the tulip book sleeves with crochet, and they took so long because I lined them as well. So I've got this one here, which is a little red one, and this one which is brown tulips, and they perfectly fit a penguin little black classic. So I made myself the brown one and Connie the red one. They're both lined and they both perfectly fit the penguin little black classic, so I'm so excited. As much as I like reading a novel, oftentimes me and Connie carry around the penguin little black classics with us, so it will be nice to have something to protect them. But for the moment I'm going to take Wuthering Heights and I think Carmilla with me to the coffee shop, and I'm going to get some reading done. Hey guys, it is now Friday, December 12th. I haven't filmed like anything basically, and I sincerely apologise. For some reason I felt like so anxious this week that the idea of setting up a camera and filming is like my worst nightmare. Besides the point, I have in fact finished Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I think I'm going to give it a solid 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was a little bit longer than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be 300 pages and it's about 330, 340. So when I got to the point last night when I was like, I'm just going to finish it, I had to then stay up decently longer than I was expecting. My only real complaint is that I was expecting there to be longer for Heathcliff and Cathy. The names do get slightly confusing with Linton and Haverton. The 3 cousins basically. That being said, I did really enjoy it. I think I need to see people's opinions on the romance to form my own. I really liked it. Cathy and Heathcliff were, I don't want to say the goal because they were so incredibly toxic. She should have just got with him. I don't understand the care for the social class considering like he didn't really boost her social class at all. There's not much of a social hierarchy out there. They seem to just be on these hills and there's like 2 families. So The social hierarchy is like you and your neighbours, you know, it's kind of irrelevant. I didn't realise so many of the quotes that I absolutely adore are from this. Also, there's a classic Wuthering Heights quote on page 81, because he's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. And then I don't really know how much of a spoiler this is, so maybe skip like 30 seconds. I feel like people have read Wuthering Heights, but skip it anyway. Page 196, Arthur Cathy has died, and Heathcliff is talking to Nellie. Catherine Earnshaw, may you not rest as long as I am living. You said I killed you, haunt me then. The murdered do haunt their murderers. I believe, I know that ghosts have wandered on earth. Be with me always, take any form, drive me mad. Only do not leave me in this abyss where I cannot find you. Oh God, it is unutterable. I cannot live without my life. I cannot live without my soul. I need a Heathcliff, apparently, is what I need in my life. He's like crazy, but I love it. Like, negative character development is crazy, but the way he's always got this love for her is quite admirable. The gothic atmosphere in this book as well, perfect. There wasn't so much description on setting as I was expecting, but the idea of the hills and the Wuthering Heights was amazing. Like, I loved it so much. The description that was there was really good. I love when books are perfectly gothic. It was so exciting to read. It wasn't a difficult classic to read either. This is one that I'm proud to have the cloth bound of. I need to start getting the ones for the classics that I love. And reading this has made me so excited to read the poetry collection tomorrow. I think that my next reading update is going to be tomorrow before my party, because I'm going to be dressed up and want to say hello, basically. I'm taking that poetry collection with me. What's it called? This Night is Darkening Around Me, and I think that this afternoon I'm going to start reading Carmilla. I've not got my themes I'm going to annotate 100% down yet, so I might tell you that tomorrow instead. I went shopping this morning and I bought some things, so I'm going to give you a quick haul. I got a new lipstick from Morphe and I'm wearing it at the moment and I love it so much. I've been lining my lips lately with my kohl liner, which I quite like, so I'm excited. I feel like this works. This feels gothic, and that's kind of what I'm trying to encompass. And then the other things I bought for my knitting, because I'm trying to teach myself that. I spent some time yesterday doing some test swatches, but I needed some different needles. So I got 4mm and 6mm. And then I got these two wools. So this one is for the 4 and this one is for the 6. So if I have some time, I'm also going to start doing some knitting today. I would love to get a scarf done for myself before Christmas. I can so see myself taking my knitting with me back to uni, because I don't want to get too personal, but I struggle a lot with my anxiety and OCD and needing to do things with my hands. So I'm gonna maybe watch The Hunger Games, I think. Next week I'd quite like to watch it from Ballad to Mockingjay Part 2. Kind of go through the whole series, because I'm in like a desperate need of a rewatch of The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So, Tom Blythe, I'm coming. Is it in January that People We Meet on Vacation comes out? Catch me in the theatre. Okay. I love him so much, I can't even... I'm getting like so sidetracked. So I think I'm gonna go and start planning my themes for Carmilla. Hello everyone, today is now Saturday. I'm leaving for my masquerade ball in like 40 minutes, so I'm gonna give you a reading update. I'm so nervous for this party, but I do think I'm encompassing the vibes of my current read. Of course, I've now started Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. I'm on page 86, so I've made some decent progress on this today. It's only about 150 pages in length, so I've not got much left to read. And I'll tell you the themes I'm annotating for, because is that not perfect? This is the vibe. This is my goal. The themes I'm annotating are important and memorable quotes, anxiety surrounding female and queer desire, the transition from childhood to adulthood and a loss of innocence, and the supernatural and gothic elements in science versus religion. And finally, a theme that Connie suggested is vampires as a metaphor for aristocracy, the upper class society, so I'm doing that. You can't really tell what I've tabbed because of the red sprayed edges, which I feel like are kind of growing on me. I can't really decide, but of course you can still see when you flip through. So I've annotated some things. I was expecting this to be an intense classic and it's not, which I am actually kind of grateful for, because I think I've got some heavy classics on my TBR for the next few weeks or so. I might even be able to finish this tomorrow. Who knows, I've got plans tomorrow, but I would like to get this done. I don't think I have too many other thoughts. Of course, I'm filming this for a different reading vlog, which I'm going to film in a minute. The other book that I'm reading, the book I'm taking with me, I've of course got in my new cute little book sleeve, and that is The Night is Darkening Round Me. Is this not the vibe? I'm so excited. I'm like incredibly nervous for this party, but the fact that I get to dress up and see my co-workers is beyond exciting for me. Feel like a vampire. That is the goal I want. One of my co-workers calls me the vampire. He also calls me goth and emo, so I want to be like a vampire staring into your soul is kind of the vibe I'm going for. And my stupid masquerade mask is too big, like it looks so... Yeah, I'm waiting now for Clark, my co-worker, to come and pick me up, so I'm excited. I'm really nervous, but it's fun. I get to see my co-workers again. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm so full of energy because I feel so anxious, but it's fine. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. I filmed some TikToks. I'm going to now film my other reading vlog, and then I will see you in this one, probably at the party if I can film anything. So I will see you at the party, and if not, then I will chat with you again probably tomorrow evening. So wish me luck. Hello people in my phone, it is now Monday. I didn't get back from the party until like midnight, and then I didn't sleep for probably an hour afterwards. And then I had plans yesterday, so I did read, but the idea of like talking beyond my family was so exhausting that I didn't do it. So I'm here today instead. I finished reading Carmilla yesterday. You still really can't see my tabs all that well, but I did annotate and I did tab. I think I'll give this like 3.5 stars. I really found it quite intriguing in terms of its portrayal of vampires, especially from the perspective of someone that doesn't understand it. There was some interesting commentary on the idea of science versus religion, and also how that ties into the idea of childhood and trust. I thought it was quite interesting how the idea of believing in the supernatural was seen as the more adult, mature opinion, rather than believing, oh, it's just all science, there's a reason behind everything. Science was viewed as the more childish thing, and then religion wasn't really mentioned all that much. So I think that as a whole, that was quite an interesting perspective. It was also quite an unexpected perspective. I do think that the short length and the slightly less academic tone did lend to some kind of lack of depth of exploring vampires. That being said, I did quite enjoy reading it. It was a nice easy read, which was appreciated muchly. And I'm ashamed to admit that I only read those 3 books this week. I didn't get a single page of The Night is Darkening Round Me read at the party. I took it with me, and I did have it out on the table at one point when a lot of my co-workers were dancing, but really I didn't even get a video of it. Clark just held it up and pretended to read and then complained that there were no pictures, and I said, no, this is Emily Bronte, like this is acclaimed writing, and he did not care. So that was always quite amusing. It was a really nice time. I had a lot of fun. It was so nice seeing everyone. If you have any other ideas of vlogs to do in the meantime, then please let me know. I would love to film another vlog to post before Christmas, but who knows. For now, I'm going to finish working on this one and my vampire literature vlog, which I'm very excited to be working on. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's been so nice being at home as much as I've been quite anxious all week. It's nice to have this free time where I can read without feeling guilty for reading. And 3 books is quite an achievement, I feel. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!